Once upon a time, it was possible to practice physical therapy with only a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, but nowadays, a doctorate of physical therapy is required, and that is one expensive degree. You've heard me talk about on this channel ways to pay for PT school and even the enormous rise in PT school tuition over the past 2 decades. And with 85% of PT grads finishing school with over $116,000 of student loan debt, we're not doing any favors to anyone by encouraging them to rack up this much debt to become a PT who earns $70,000 to $80,000 after graduating PT school. So today we're going to reveal the top 10 most affordable PT programs in the country. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Tim Fraticelli. I'm a physical therapist and financial planner. And on this channel, you'll learn how to improve your financial health, especially if you're a physical therapist or you want to be a physical therapist. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and to give this video a little rehab by hitting that like button below. Okay, if there's one thing that you need to know about PT schools, it's that the more expensive a school is, it does not mean the better the degree will be. As long as you graduate from an accredited program and you pass your physical therapy boards, you can obtain your physical therapy license and practice in a clinic in whatever state that you decide to get your license. The name of that school that you attend, it doesn't affect how much you earn as a PT, so you might as well graduate from a public school instead of going to a private school costing you $150,000 in debt, whereas a public school may cost you $50,000, you're going to earn the same salary. So it simply makes sense to avoid going to an expensive school in the first place. Based on the most recent data that we have, the average total tuition for an in-state public university is about $56,000 after 3 years in your DPT, while tuition for an out-of-state student and private students is about $112,000 or so. But I think we can do better than that, so let's dive into the top 10 cheapest PT schools in the country. Okay, the first school on the list is the University of Northern Arizona, which has 2 campuses, the Flagstaff and Phoenix campus. The application process really pretty streamlined for both campuses, and wherever you study, you're going to have access to the university's award-winning physical therapy faculty. This program is about 28 months and it consists of 98 credit hours. It's priced per semester, and the Flagstaff campus has a resident rate of $4,900 per semester or $34,000 in total over 3 years. But for out-of-state tuition, you're going to pay about $72,000 in total. As for the Phoenix campus, it's very similar. For residents, you'll pay about $35,000 in total, but for out-of-state students, you'll pay about $72,000. Okay, number 9 is the University of Iowa's physical therapy program, and it's been ranked number 4 in the U.S. News and World Report's best grad schools, tied with Northwestern and USC. Although if you want to hear what I honestly think about those school rankings, you can watch this video right here. Those other 2 schools, while on par with this program, they just can't compete with the University of Iowa's affordability. Whether or not you hail from Iowa, you're going to get a bargain on a top-notch DPT training program in one of the largest university-owned teaching hospitals in the country. The DPT at Iowa for state residents will be $43,000 in total, whereas out-of-state residents can expect to pay about $89,000 for the 3-year DPT at the University of Iowa. Number 8 is the University of Rhode Island, and this DPT program includes 3 years of standard training as well as a unique opportunity to practice therapy in an underserved country. To top it off, the University of Rhode Island offers 3 affordable tuition rates, including a regional discount for New England residents. Now, priced at about $14,000 a year or $42,000 in total, Rhode Island state residents are going to pay just about $40,000 for their DPT, whereas New England residents will pay about $63,000 for the 3-year DPT, and out-of-state residents will pay upwards of $80,000. Number 7 is Wichita State University in Kansas, and the great thing about this school is that several states in the Midwest will qualify for the discounted tuition rate for Wichita State University, which makes it one of the best DPT programs and most affordable programs for students across the Midwest. While the mascot is known as the Shocker, the price tag is anything but shocking. Kansas State residents will pay $38,000 for the 3-year tuition, and residents of the region surrounding Kansas will pay about $57,000 in total. Out-of-region residents will pay $93,000 in total for tuition. Another school in the Midwest worth your consideration is Arkansas State in Jonesboro. Number 6 is ASU, and it even offers international rates that offers an affordable out-of-state tuition. So Arkansas state resident tuition is about $35,000 for 3 years, and out-of-state or international tuition rates are about $70,000 total for your 3-year DPT. Number 5 is the University of Tennessee in Chattanooga. And if you live in Tennessee, you really can't go wrong with this program because graduates demonstrate a 100% first-time pass rate on the NPTE, or the Physical Therapy Boards exam, and they have resulted in 100% employment rate within 1 year of graduation. So honestly, these are the numbers and the stats that matter, not those made-up school rankings. And in terms of price, this is just a fantastic deal. If you're a state resident of Tennessee, you're going to pay just about $41,000 in total for your 3-year DPT. If you live in the surrounding region, the tuition is about $57,000, and if you are out of state, the tuition for that is $73,000 in total. Number 4 is East Carolina University, and if you thought that tuition was good in neighboring Tennessee, you gotta consider the DPT program at East Carolina University, where the in-state tuition is just over $20,000 total for 3 years. That's crazy cheap. Plus, 100% of the university's graduates pass the NPTE on the first time and find employment within just 6 months of graduating. So if you live in North Carolina, wow, where'd that accent come from? If you live in North Carolina, this is an unbeatable price, and it might even be worth moving there for a year or two just to gain residency before applying to PT school if you want to save a ton of money. So North Carolina state resident tuition, $21,000 total for 3 years. Out-of-state tuition is about $80,000 for your 3-year DPT. Moving further south, you're going to find the temperatures rising, but not the cost of a PT school education. The following 3 Texas schools are going to provide you with some of the lowest tuition rates in the country to residents down in the Lone Star State of Texas, and the first one is the University of Texas in El Paso. This unique school offers you a very diverse setting for treatment and education, along with an extensive simulation center, broad emphasis on interprofessional education, and also the opportunity to work in multilingual clinics. Even more, the University of Texas in El Paso has equipped 100% of their DPT candidates to pass their boards exam and to find employment within 1 year. Again, a very important statistic that you should be looking for. If you're a Texas resident, you'll pay about $32,000 in total for your 3-year DPT at the University of Texas in El Paso, and if you're from out of state, the tuition will be about $84,000. Okay, another Texas school to consider is the DPT program at Texas Women's University. It's located in Denton and it's coeducational, so it's a great choice for prospective DPTs of various demographics and strengths. And the students who are interested in neurologic therapy, they can complete their clinical residency at Texas Women's University Institute of Health Sciences in nearby Dallas, or even further south in Houston, home of the nation's largest medical center. The tuition for Texas Women's University for residents, they'll pay just about $27,000 in total for their 3-year DPT, and out-of-state resident tuition is about $67,000 in total. And now let's take a look at the cheapest PT school in the country. Ranks as number 1, the cheapest PT school in the country is the Army Baylor program at San Antonio's Baylor University, and it's actually free. So by enlisting in the Army, you can earn your Doctor of Physical Therapy degree without incurring a single dollar of tuition debt. Baylor instituted the Army Baylor program in 1971, and after nearly 50 years of training physical therapists to aid injured U.S. soldiers, they now offer the Army Baylor program to offer you both the training and the 100% employment rate that you'll get from other schools on this list without costing tens of thousands of dollars. Now, if you're interested in serving your country as well as being an officer and a physical therapist, the Army Baylor DPT program is absolutely worth a look. The cost is free, but it does require Army enlistment and 54 months of active duty service obligation following your graduation. Okay, so those are the top 10 programs. If you're interested in the 5 runner-up programs, you can see that full list on the blog at ptprogress.com. I'll include a link in the description as well, along with the PT school interview guide, where you'll find all of my tips and resources to get into PT school the first time around. Just remember to be smart and to apply to those affordable schools like these. Don't let the allure of a big name or a made-up ranking cost you a ton of money in the long run. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.